Thanks for joining us at noon. I'm Erin Lawler. The town justice in Otsego County has officially announced his resignation. Gary L. Carson, the justice of Pittsfield Town Court, while under investigation by the New York State Commission on Judicial Conduct, has resigned. In August, Carson was under investigation for complaints alleging he was belligerent at public town meetings, failed to report and remit court funds in a timely manner as required by law, failed to transfer his son's traffic tickets to another court, and 4 more complaints. Judge Carson resigned from office on August 14th and agreed never to seek or accept judicial office at any time in the future.